Hello everybody, happy Sunday and welcome to our second online class. It's a little bit of an unusual day for us. I released the classes on a Monday morning at the start of the week, but I had a request from a dear friend, Philippa, and this is for you, to do an online class that is more of a restorative class. Those of you that know me personally know how much we loved our Unwind and Restore class on a Sunday at the Shala Yoga in Cape Town, to her I send all my love and big kisses at this time. And one of the reasons why we love this class so much is that the proceeds to the class is to go towards an NGO, a child project. I'm going to put the details in the box. And it's an amazing NGO that brings mindfulness and yoga programs in unresourced schools around Cape Town. So if you feel like you got something to give and donating is something that you would like to do after you watch the class, check the website and contribute in any way you can. If you're in Cape Town and you're a volunteer yoga teacher, you can also get in contact with them. It's an experience to be part of it and go and teach children firsthand. Okay, for this session today, we're gonna use a bolster, and if you don't have one, you can always use a bed pillow or a cushion, just what you find in your home. Blocks, one or two, I always like to have them handy, and then a strap, okay? If you don't have blocks, you can use books, nice, chunky, possibly like thick books, and if you don't have a strap, you can always use either a belt or a scarf. Once you get all your props, the cool thing about being is that you can pause your videos, get your stuff, come back. You're gonna find your comfortable cross-legged seated position, just to take a moment here, really arrive in our bodies. As we arrive in our bodies, we start to consciously breathe. So not that automatic breath that you carried on throughout the day, but what does it mean to breathe into your body for yourself? And as the breath becomes conscious, the body starts to open up. You start to acknowledge and witness the feelings and sensations. And the tweaks, the crickles, the crackles, the area of tension. And where in your body can you actually relax? Maybe taking a little bit of a loop of the shoulders, softening the elbows, wrists, fingertips. And then keeping that sense of awareness in the body, of full presence. Gently open your eyes. Okay, and then free up your left leg for Shishasana. We're gonna stay quite front-facing for today's variation. Right heel to pubic bone. If that's not a possibility, you can always bring it onto the inside of that left thigh. Feeling that the right knee is quite high up towards the ceiling, and the hip pulls play block underneath the outer right thigh. And try to soften around the hips. So for a few breaths, you can take as many as you need to. If you need more time, space into a shape or into an asana in a position, you always pause the video and take your time. Okay. From Janu, I'm gonna just start to bring hands onto each side of that left leg and start to rotate the sternum toward the left foot. Have your strap handy. You can just lay around the foot if you need to. And try not to push it. So one of the things that we work with in this practice, in this slow practice, is that we don't work with the heat. So we don't work with muscles heating from movement or the heat of the room, but we really work on opening up the fascia. the connective tissue, the fibers that keep muscle and tissue together. And the sac that hosts a lot of organs. So extend slowly, take time. We're gonna hold poses. Shoot that left leg nice and long, bend the knee if you need to. And then just start walking your hands to the foot, really step by step, and then drape the outer edges of your arms all the way down. And glue the right buttock to the floor. Maybe those of you that can will either reach for the strap the ball of your left foot and spread the toes. So now I'm trying to shoot my big toe forward, okay, to open up this inner line of the leg, and I draw the pinky toe slightly towards me. And then maybe you change it and you notice the moment that you move the foot in such a subtle way, what big change brings into how you perceive your legs, which are the areas that you're lengthening, the ones that you're shortening. And those of you that can reach for your foot with both hands, you can just take a very casual forward fold here. And then firm the leg. So yes, we're working on opening and stretching, but we need to create a support structure. So firm the inner thigh to the outer thigh, outer to inner. So it's like you're trying to make your legs smaller. And from the front of your left thigh to the back. And allow the back to smear and spread open towards the floor. Soften your head, your neck and your shoulders. Find length around the seams of the body, the left and the right. And then slowly release your hands and start to roll the spine up, vertebra by vertebra. And once that you reach up, loop the shoulders up, back and down. Lean slightly back. Two options here is either a half lotus with the outer left foot coming towards the right inner groin. Okay, this is too much. Then just cross at your ankles and just come into Sukhasana, a normal cross-leg seated position. What I highly suggest, one of the way I like to go into half lotus is to place my left hand here onto the top of the left thigh, between inner thigh and top of the thigh, and roll it out. So I'm actually opening from the hip and I'm not straining my knee to find the lotus shape. Okay. And once that you got the shape, inhale, reach the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Interlace the fingers at the webbing and then flip the palm of your hands up. Lengthen here. Exhale, slide the bottom tips of your shoulder blades down the line of the spine. And then take a very mild twist, so sternum towards right knee, and bring left hand to the floor and the right hand behind you. Okay, use your hands pointers, and then inhale, start to elevate through the sternum. Exhale, peel that right collarbone away from the left, and maybe you smoothen your neck to look over the right shoulder, but only if that feels good. Maybe right ear to right shoulder as you open up the left hand side of the neck. And the chin, and draw slightly down to the floor. Keep the left hand where it is, look down. Pick up your right hand and allow the gaze to follow your hand as you raise it all the way up, up, up. And then you go across towards the left and you land the right hand on your left knee. Crisscross the elbows. Inhale, the sternum up. Exhale, round through the spine, hollow. The belly inward and open up. And the shoulder blades, let them draw away from each other. And as you stretch the flesh of your waist, relax your neck, relax your head. Feel into the body. Notice the areas of tension and try to smoothen them up with breath. So mainly when you hold for longer into a shape, the breath becomes really, really important. It is the torchlight to shine the light of our awareness into the tight spots, and the spots that need healing or that need to release tension. And the breath can also soothen the spots. Feel like when you exhale in particular, it's such a beautiful gesture of release. Keep the crossing of the elbow now. Lift your hands. Garudasana arms, eagle wrap options here. Left hand grabs right wrist. Left hand finds the right palm. Lift your elbows up. Draw the forearms in front of you. So you're unlocking the shoulders, and then slowly just relax your forehead on top of your arms and soften the back of the neck. Let it stretch open. Keep encouraging the elbows forward. Root down through tail and try to elevate the lower ribs up and away from the pelvis. Find space. Don't compress your belly, but find an internal spaciousness, an internal upliftment. Maybe the inhale, encourage that. The inhale, you elevate and elevate and elevate through the ribcage, and the exhale, you focus on softening the tailbone down to the ground, making your buttock muscles almost heavy to the ground. Inhale, pick up your head. Exhale, lift this up to the ears, and exhale, shrug them back and down. Lean the weight slightly back. Free up your right leg now. Left to a pubic bone. Right leg is nice and long. So again, take a moment here. If you came down of your cushion or your pillow, even your block to sit on, you can step back up. If you feel that this leg is quite tight or you have a little bit of tension around the back of the knee, you can always place a block underneath it. Okay, but then firm that right leg. Imagine that you're standing onto that leg. Right hand outside, left hand inside of the right leg. And again, I use my hands as pointers as I start drawing the sternum towards the foot and lengthening. And drawing and lengthening. And before we forget, take a strap and just roll it towards the foot, and don't rush to get to your strap. Rather work in stages. Find space. And space between the bones. Space in the muscular tissue. Space between the organs. Level out through the shoulders. And draw the left shoulder a little down, and the right shoulder might lift up. And then soften the neck. Maybe some of you will hold for the strap, or maybe you reach for the foot. But as you reach, try not to push or pull, but just find that bind kind of quality, that circuit creating between hands and foot. And soften the shoulders down and away from the ears. Remember, the front of the right leg is pressing to the back, and the back is opening. And the inner and outer thighs are active, so that you firm the leg while you open it. An action doesn't mean that the opposite one cannot exist. So I firm an area of my leg in order for the opposite one to open up. And then soften. Forehead to knee, yes, but it's more like sternum to the foot. So every now and then you can always take a halfway lift and then fold a little deeper. And breathe into the shape. Don't zone out, but rather work on tuning in, using the breath. Release the foot slowly and start to roll the spine up, vertebra by vertebra, and then look the shoulders up. back and down. Lean back, bend the right knee. Find your half lotus. Again, hook the foot. Roll this part here. This inner right thigh. Roll it outward, 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 and then bring the foot. So again, you're opening from the hip and the knees. That shouldn't take any strain, and I find that little gesture really helps for me at least. Okay, lift up through the spine. Inhale, reach arms all the way up. Move through resistance. Imagine the air around you being a dense, thick, yummy liquid. And then change the index finger that you bring in front as you flip then the palm of the hands up towards the ceiling. Opening up the wrists, the palms, the outer line of your shoulders. And then slowly take a gentle twist, sternum in the direction of the left knee. And once you got the direction, then hands can release and the right hand comes on the left knee and the left hand slightly behind you. And then you spiral around the axis of your spine, wrapping that right hand side of the rib cage across to the left. Maybe softening the left ear to the shoulder, opening up this right hand side of the neck. And breathe into the top of your chest and the neck. Keep your toes active and awake. Nice. Slowly pick up your left hand. Let it float up really lightly and really slowly. And maybe you gaze at your hand and you kind of follow it until it lands onto the right knee. Crisscross the elbows again. Draw the sternum up, center here, shoulders above hips, maybe the sternum in line with the center of the elbows, and then there's that curling into south. Releasing head, neck, and shoulder. And draping the top tips of your shoulders away from the ears. And stretching the flesh across your waistband. Opening up your scapulas almost like wings. And drawing them spread away from each other. Make your elbows heavy. Make your head heavy. With your next inhale, start to find that upliftment from the inside. So it's almost like the diaphragm is ballooning your chest as it lifts it on top of the line of your hips. And then keeping that crossing of the elbows, you find your eagle variation of your hands. Again, either wrapping right hand around the left wrist or hands together. Elbows lift, forearms draw away from your face. Here you just relax your forehead on top of your arms. You're trying to keep drawing the elbows towards the front of the room, unlocking the shoulders, still spreading the shoulder blades, easing up any tension from the back of your heart, the back line of the body. Inhale, slowly start to pick up your head. And exhale, release the arms. Loop the shoulders, never miss the occasion to smoothen up a little bit of tension around the neck and the shoulders. Okay. Let's keep our straps close to us. Not really blocks right now, and the bolster can also step on the side for later. Okay, we're gonna lie onto our mat. So uncross your legs and just lie down onto your spine. And bring both knees into your chest and just start to smear your spine into the floor beneath you. Interlace your hands in front of the left shin. Right leg extends up, toes spread. Okay, on your next inhale with a lot of length, bring the whole the right leg all the way forward, 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 forward. Really feeling the head of the femur bone kind of distancing itself away from the insertion of the hip socket. And then slowly lower the right heel to the ground. Start to bring the left shin forward. Straighten up your arms and allow that to peel your head and shoulders off the ground. But try to encourage the top of your shoulders away from your earlobes. Such a nice stretch for the upper trapezius, the sides of your neck, the back of the neck as you draw the chin to the throat. This is important. Don't throw your head back. Keep the chin glued to the sternum. Then slowly start to release all the way down. Okay, you can keep the right leg straight, or at any point in time you can bend the knee and place the whole of the right foot to the ground. It's a half happy baby with the left leg. So angle your left knee towards the left armpit and then slowly take a hold of the outer edge of the left foot with the left hand. Where's our strap? Whoopsie. If the hand cannot reach, foot reaches strap. And we can strap the ball of the foot as we find again our half happy baby variation here. So the idea in happy baby is that I'm trying to puzzle the knee into the hollowing of the armpit and I squeeze in. Toes spread. That left arm is not pushing, is not pulling, is softening. So I'm really trying to relax the back of the left shoulder to the ground so that actually the weight of my arm allows the inner left thigh to come a little more in line with the outer rib cage. Right arm is relaxed. Right leg is active. That's rooting me down to the floor. So I've got more space to open here. If I find that stability through that right leg, then I can really soften the left hip and let it open, let it open. Right heel points to the ground. The front of the right thigh pressed to the back. And the back of the right thigh firms to the ground. Bend the right knee now. Everybody place the right foot onto the floor. Left ankle crosses over the right thigh. Okay? And the left knee moves in a forward direction. Open up the arms into nice wide T shape. Take a full inhale. We're going to twist right. So as I twist, my left foot lands to the ground. Okay? My left knee keep pointing up to the ceiling and I just draw my tailbone all the way down to the right heel. Right hand inner left thigh, and for a moment just press the thigh away but also resist with thigh into hand and just feel that delicious spaciousness around the left seam of your body. And try to sit into your left shoulder. Let it just melt into the floor beneath you. When you're ready, just relax the right arm as well. And open up the chest. Keeping the lumbar spine protected by really drawing the tailbone as far forward as you can, decompressing your lumbar. Then slowly come back to center. Keep the cross. Two options here. You can just bring now the right knee towards your chest, okay, and stay. Or interlace your hands behind the right thigh in front of the left shin. You might pick up your head to reach for a moment, but then tuck the chin towards the throat and pop your head back down. You can use a belt or a strap to do one of the variations. So when you reach with your hands, you can always reach with the strap. The last variation with your strap or with your hands would be to strap the right foot and then start drawing the right leg towards you. Such a nice opening for the outer right thigh. So if you got your hands and you don't need the strap, you just take a hold of the foot and the left leg stays into a figure of 4. Then again, soften your hands, soften your arms, soften your shoulders to the ground. Soften the whole front body to the back body. And allow the back body to completely release into the ground that supports you. And then slowly release the foot. Bend the knee. Pop your right foot back down. Keep the figure of 4 for a moment. And then release. Left foot to the floor, parallel to the right. Hug your knees into your chest. And give it a little bit of a rock from side to side. Okay. Hands interlace in front of the right shin. Left leg goes nice and tall up to the ceiling. Big inhale here. As you exhale, again, lengthen the leg in a forward direction as you soften the heel to the floor. So go long, go long, go long, and then go down. Hands grip around the front of the left shin. With your next inhale, just start to draw the shin forward and straighten up your arms and then pause. Okay? When you feel that you can't go any further without lifting your head, then exhale, tuck, chin to throat, and then roll up, round, and just hang of your right shin. So there's no effort, it's really just like a leverage action here. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. And then slowly release down. Thigh into chest. You can keep the left leg as it is, or you can bend the knee and place the foot to the ground if you did so on the opposite side. Okay, otherwise half happy baby with the right leg. Again, if for your half happy baby you need the strap goes around the ball of the foot. Otherwise, use your hand and then again soften the arm down. Tuck the tailbone forward and activate that left leg so that the lower back is not arching. It's like I'm pressing very gently my navel to the spine to try and smear my lumbar spine into the ground. Finding a lot of length into the back body here. And finding the release in the hip. So just soften the right arm towards the floor. So it's almost like the head of the humerus or your upper arm bone is just relaxing towards the back of the shoulder socket. And this is what I mean with your breath. You can probably tune in into your right shoulder and try to relax your right shoulder. As your body is moved from your nervous system, so you are in control on the responses of your body. And you have the tool of your breath to manipulate that response in a way that is beneficial for yourself. Slowly everybody start to bend the left knee, place the left foot to the ground, hook right ankle over the left thigh and then roll the right knee forward. Okay, open up the arms into a nice wide T shape and then just roll across to the left. Right foot comes onto the floor, left hand inner left thigh. Again, find space around the left hip. Simultaneously open up that right arm as wide as you can. Really peeling that right collarbone away from the left. So you open the chest, but you also open the back of the shoulder. The whole upper thoracic is spreading wide. And the lumbar region of your spine is lengthening forward. So you encourage tailbone to left heel. And then when you feel like, okay, I got enough space in my pelvis, then you can release both arms, open them, nice and wide, and just enjoy a little bit of floor time. And enjoying the sense of embracing open with arms spread. I receive my breath. I open up to my own breath. I open up to the shape. I open up to the practice. And slowly come back to center. Left foot roots down into the floor. Maybe you walk it a little closer as you start feeling, oh, okay, now it's time to draw this right shin towards me. And it starts from the left leg. So again, you choose either just using the leg to open up this outer region of your right thigh and even the right hamstring. Is such a nice stretch here for the edges of the leg. Okay, and then you can either interlace your hands, back of thigh, front of shin, or take our variation, either strap around the left foot. Once you got the strap, then press the ball of your foot or that part where the toes attach up to the ceiling. And then maybe change and you press it down and you open you lift the heel, the two corners of your heels up to the ceiling. And just play around with it and notice the different stretches. Maybe that left leg will come a little bit over at a diagonal angle as you open up the back line here. Soften your arms. Soften front body to back body. Soften your head, soften your neck. Soften the chin to the throat. And that sense of softening, the sense of relaxation can ripple through the body. So sometimes when we struggle to consciously relax a certain area, we can always start to relax another one that is easier for us to. And then notice, can we let that relaxation just ripple? So for example, if my hamstring here doesn't want to relax, if I relax the arms, maybe the hamstring here will lengthen a little bit more. And if I relax my facial features, perhaps I stop pushing and pulling or trying and I can just soften into the shape. Slowly release the foot. Bend the knee, foot to the ground. Release the right ankle, right knee to right armpit, left knee to left armpit. Happy baby. And the full variation. So feet up to the ceiling, toes slightly down to the ground, and the heels now press up. So just try this variation and soften the knees towards the hollowing of your armpits. Soften the inner thighs along the line of your torso. And draw the tailbone in a forward direction. Maybe give it a little bit of a rock from side to side, just to ease up any tension around the back line. And then release your feet. Hug your thighs into your chest. Reach out for your bolster. You might need to lift up for a moment, and then for today, for your relaxation, place a bolster underneath your spine. So move everything else away. What's quite nice if you have blocks of books is to put the blocks of the books underneath the thighs. So once that you then lie down, and you lift the hips to untuck the tailbone, and then the legs are a little bit more supported, okay? And the lower back is not arching, but is actually lengthening a little bit more. And then release the arms to the side. Release the toes to the side. Release everything. And wash the inside of your body with your breath. And allow your breath to smoothen anything that feels contracted inside your body. Allow the facial features to soften. Allow your chest to soften as the breath travels deeper and wider through the torso, the navel, the lower part of your belly. And relax your limbs and let them melt into the floor. And feel the floor almost wrapping around your body like a blanket. And the flesh of your skin melts as it comes in contact with the floor. And the thoughts in your mind appear almost like fluffy, soft clouds, and they pass, and they move, and you just observe. Keeping your body completely soft, deepen the breath. With that same soft quality, explore movement. Allow your fingertips, your toes to move in the air around you and explore this very soft and subtle movement, almost as if it would be the first time that you move. Let it ripple into any direction and into any shape that you feel it's appropriate for yourself, until you stretch your body, extending legs forward, arms behind you. And you enhance that stretch with a full inhale and a deep exhale. Being mindful of props and things around you, roll onto the left-hand side of your body. And you can pause here for as long as you need to. your own time and your own way, when you're ready, you will just make your way back up into a seat. I want to dedicate a moment to say that this class pretty much was inspired, and I actually would like to dedicate this class to all of you that has been supporting Urchal project throughout the classes. I want to dedicate this class to the Shala and to Urchal project themselves, and I send you guys lots of love from quarantine home in Italy, and lots of love to all of you that decided to spend this Sunday afternoon on our mat with me. Thank you, everybody. Namaste. Aho.